anyone is who has been impacted by Hurricane Milton are safe and sound. The audience is aware I relocated. I retired in the state of Florida, so my area was heavily impacted. So keep anyone who was impacted by this hurricane in your prayers. So with that being said, let's get on down to today's lecture, which is, and I'm actually doing this lecture here at my favorite spot, Dunkin' Donut. This Dunkin' Donut actually just opened today. It was shut down for a couple of days because of the hurricane. And so the focus of this lecture is going to be how preparation for a hurricane. Preparation for a hurricane. And I'm going to give the audience some insight on some things I did because, again, my community was heavily impacted by the hurricane. We had 2 hurricanes back to back, Hurricane Helene, Hurricane Milton, and I was told there's another one that's going to hit Florida in about another week. So I'm going to give the audience and viewers some insight on some things I did to prepare. First of all, pay attention to if your area is getting notifications to evacuate. Make sure you adhere to those notifications, especially if you are in Florida. Do not negate the fact of the importance of adhering to the notification to evacuate the area. Make sure you have all of your important documents, all of your legal documents, your insurance documents, all of your legal documents, waterproof, in a waterproof case or some kind of waterproof carry-on. Even you got to wrap it in trash bags. If you know you're being told to evacuate in a hurricane or any kind of destruction, make sure your documents are protected from fire and water. That's critical. Years ago, my daughter brought me this case where it's fireproof and waterproof. So when disaster occurred, when I began to see water rising, and by the grace of God, I was actually able to sell my mobile home after the first hurricane. As is, I had an investor who wanted to buy, but still I had to evacuate. When I saw water hitting my minimalistic mobile home, the first thing I grabbed was my case that was fireproof and waterproof with all of my legal documents in. So I was able to immediately call my insurance company to get that claims filed. It is critical to have that, people. I cannot stress the importance of having your important documents, your legal documents, insurance documents in some kind of case that's fireproof and waterproof. And in addition, anything else that you need to make sure that's waterproof, wrap it up in a trash bag so it won't be water damage. Because if you lose all those important documents, it's going to make it very difficult to call your insurance company, your homeowner's insurance company, your car insurance company, all of these people who you need to call to mobilize those contractors to come out. Make sure you put God first. Stay in prayer. God is, I tell anybody, I have my faith in God. God really does have this whole world in the palm of his hand. Florida received catastrophic damage. And I don't know if anyone ever lived through a hurricane. When you see the force of that wind and when you see the force of that weather, when you see it taking down houses, lifting cars, lifting roof off houses, that is power, people. And that power is not created by AI, it's not created by man. That power is created by God. So stay in prayer, pray for everyone. Also make sure when you are preparing for a hurricane and many people find out too late, move your vehicle the minute you are told to evacuate, when it's still safe to evacuate. Move all of your vehicles to high ground. Don't play around with that. So many people waited too late, and that water was high in their house, reaching their ceiling in their house. They had to swim out. Their vehicle emerged with water. That vehicle is now damaged. The minute you get the word to evacuate, move your vehicles to high ground. That's the first thing I did when I knew that we had to evacuate. I immediately moved my vehicle to high ground. To move it to high ground, that's the one less insurance claim that you're going to have to file. I know many people, vehicles have been destroyed, and if they still got a car note on that vehicle, just if they still got a car note on that vehicle, a lot of times, even if they got insurance, they're still coming out in the red. And many people, which I don't understand, you know, and talking to a lot of people in Florida, had no homeowners insurance, had no car insurance. How can you not? I don't care where you live. I used to live in Yuma, Arizona, in the middle of the desert, and had all my property insured. Have your home insured. Have your vehicle insured. Even if you are in an apartment, have renter's insurance. As a responsible adult, have your assets insured. Waiting on FEMA could be months out. So how are you going to live in the meantime? Have your assets insured, people. Your home insured, your car insured, your vehicle insured, renter's insurance. In the event of a catastrophic destruction, rather it's a fire, a hurricane, or a tornado, or if a tree fall on your house, or if a tree fall on your vehicle. A lot of people were in a non-flood zone, but because the force of the hurricane wind was so powerful, it had trees falling down on their home, crashing through their home, crashing their vehicles. So nobody's safe. There's no such safe zone in Florida when you're up against a hurricane, because ain't nobody controlling the power of 120 mile per hour wind that is powerful, that will literally take a roof off a house. I don't care where you're at. So have your property insured. That's one of the most proactive measures you can take to prepare for a hurricane or any other type of disaster. Another tip and strategy that unfolded that is critical that many people don't think about, because in Florida, you know, millions of people probably by now, power is out. The power is out on a lot of businesses. So that means you don't have access to use your debit card. You don't have access to, the businesses are closed, banks are closed, everything is closed. So if you don't have cash dollars on you, for the few businesses that are up and running, they're not going to be able to do a debit transaction. So that unfolded in terms of the importance of having cash in your home wrapped in plastic. So in the event you got to evacuate, you got a little bit of cash on you to buy the bare necessity like ice and etc. Because the few businesses that are up and running, they are not able to use the debit card. So have cash on you. And I found that out the hard way, because many of these businesses are still down. The ATM machines are down. You have no way of getting cash in any shape, form, or fashion in certain areas of Florida. So make sure you have cash dollars on hand in the event if you have to evacuate. The debit card ain't going to do you no good, people. The debit card is not going to do you any good, and it kind of validates the importance of real money. You know how they're talking about a cashless society, but many places all throughout Florida, they only can do cash, because they have no capability of swiping that debit card. This is real talk, people. You know, people in Florida, we were hit the hardest. You know, many people have lost everything. By the grace of God, I did not lose everything, but I was impacted. I was able to still sell my mobile home. There are people who have lost everything, people, like that, in a blink of an eye. So if you don't have faith in God, God is the only one who is going to give you the strength to rise above all of this. Then, you know, all we can do is pray for the asleep masses. So again, these are some powerful tips and strategies coming directly from your content creator. I'll have gone through the door, people. Florida, we have been hit by 2 hurricanes in a short amount of time frame. I was told number 3 is coming. So again, use these tips and strategies to prepare yourself, spread this information, put it on your community. That's all I have. Simplify, Simple Fidelis, and I'm going to leave you in the care of your own conscience. Have a great day.